Hey, what is going on, guys? What's happening, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to Rules for Rebels. Got an interesting topic today. A couple people have contacted me about this recently. I wanted to talk a little bit about lifestyle brands. So, first off, like, what is a lifestyle brand? We'll talk about what a lifestyle brand is. We'll talk about how it's kind of the in thing and the fad to do a lifestyle brand right now. Some examples of lifestyle brands. I watched a great YouTube video which gave an example of Justin Boots as being a lifestyle brand. I'm going to link you guys below to that video. I think it's worthwhile to check out. And actually, lifestyle brands are something that I've always kind of thought were stupid would be the wrong word, but I think most people who get into lifestyle brands really have no business getting into lifestyle brands, or just don't really have a lifestyle that they have really narrowed down that they want to promote or tie their brand into. So this is all some things that I kind of want to talk about today. So first things first, a lifestyle brand is basically a brand that associates itself with some subculture, some activity, etc. And the video I'm going to link you guys to below, it's a one, I forget who the gentleman giving the speech is, but he talks about Justin Boots as a lifestyle brand. And Justin Boots is like a cowboy western boot. And in his discussion, he says, you know, Justin Boots is not selling cowboy boots. They're selling the cowboy lifestyle. The boots are just kind of how they're giving this lifestyle to you. And he talks about their advertising and their marketing and their image. And then he goes over to YouTube, and I thought this was genius. He says, go over to YouTube and search, you know, if you want to know about your brand, search your brand. If there's a brand you're curious about, go over to YouTube and search a brand and see what kind of videos are out there, see what you find. And in the case of Justin Boots, like, there are people who buy their boots and post a YouTube video of them walking out store with their boots on. I mean, you as a lifestyle brand, that's free advertising for you, and that's people promoting your brand and even further tying your brand into that lifestyle, that niche, that subculture that they're a part of. And another one came to mind after I heard him say this. Go search the word Maxpedition on YouTube. Now, Maxpedition, they make these tactical messenger bags, right? And a Maxpedition bag, they're pretty nice. I would say they kind of hit a couple different niches. There are people into guns, definitely like Maxpedition bags. Maxpedition bags are kind of like gun range bags. I don't have a real Maxpedition. I'm kind of cheap, as you guys know, so I have a knockoff. Mine's called the UTG Tactical Messenger Bag, but essentially it's a Maxpedition copy. But there's this whole movement, I don't know if it's still as big as it was, but people have these videos, what's in my Maxpedition bag, and you know, it's their everyday carry stuff, it's their multi-tool, it's this. So it's big amongst people who are into like camping, hiking, outdoors. It's big amongst like the prepper people, and I thought that was kind of another example of kind of a lifestyle brand. Just some other lifestyle brands to throw out there. Raw Authentic, they make the rolling cones for where you stuff your joints instead of having to roll them, for those of you guys with clumsy fingers. You know, they're into skateboarding, they're into humanitarian stuff. There's kind of a whole lifestyle surrounding that. A lot of skater brands and things like that are like that. And then you have some lifestyle brands that are really kind of interesting in that they cross over into different niches or different lifestyles, and oftentimes ones that are very, very different. And one that comes to mind is Supreme. Supreme started out in, I don't know, the 80s or 90s as a skater brand. These days it's real big with hip-hop artists, right? It's more expensive, so I think that's kind of why, you know, hip-hop's all about being flashy and balling and all that other stuff. So it's become big with hip-hop guys. I think A$AP Rocky famously is always wearing the headband. So it's skaters, it's hip-hop, and then also even like the Coachella, Beverly Hills, like, you know, fancy, bougie, hip Instagram crowd is into that. So Supreme's a really interesting one that kind of crosses over into kind of three lifestyles. But that's kind of what a lifestyle brand is. Now, here's where lifestyle brands these days get a little bit murky. Is Gary Vee famously says, these days every company is a media company. And I think that's really true. Like, no matter what it is you do, no matter what it is you sell, if you don't view yourself as a media company, you're not going to get very far. And he talks about like Red Bull. Like, I'm drinking a Red Bull right now. Red Bull sells these drinks, right? But Red Bull also sponsors X Game events, all types of extreme sports. And you know, Red Bull has turned almost more, Red Bull is a media company that makes energy drinks more so than they are an energy drink company. So these are all kind of some examples of lifestyle brands. Well, right now, I think everybody is kind of vain, right? Like in society, we're all kind of vain. We all want to be social media stars. We all want to put our lives out there. And I think everybody wants to be a brand. Everybody wants to be a CEO. And Gary Vee kind of talks about that a lot too. He says, look, not everybody's an entrepreneur. Just because you throw CEO or founder on a business card or on your Instagram page doesn't mean you're an entrepreneur. And it doesn't mean that you're going to be able to make money at this and do this as a career and to make a living. And I think that's kind of where a lot of this lifestyle brand stuff is coming from. Is it's kind of cool to be a CEO, it's cool to be an entrepreneur, and everybody, it's almost more a fashion statement as much as so as it is like a lifestyle or making money or really being whatever. And I think that's kind of where this whole, I have a lifestyle brand thing is coming from. And I get contacted by a lot of people and they're like, check out my lifestyle brand. And not to like anybody who's taking action, props to you, my hat goes off to you. One of the cool things about a lifestyle brand, most of them are like print-on-demand businesses for the most part. One of the cool things about a lifestyle brand is it's such a low barrier to entry that you can give it a try, and if you fail, worst case scenario, you may be out a couple $100. So I guess that's one of the positives about the whole lifestyle brand thing going on right now. But let me say this, just because you take a piece of clip art of some dumbbells, right, like weights, just because you take a piece of clip art for some dumbbells and write Beast Mode below it and say that you are the CEO of Beast Mode brand, and you kind of have some shitty logo on some print-on-demand t-shirts, that does not mean you have a lifestyle company, and it's really not going to go that far. And where I'm kind of going with this, I was chatting with a guy online today, and he was like, I really want to start a lifestyle brand. I see all these Instagram models making like millions of dollars doing sponsorships, which one thing I had to clarify, and I'll get into this later, but the Instagram models, for the most part, are not starting their own lifestyle brands. They are getting paid by the lifestyle brands to promote whatever it is that they're promoting. But he says, I see people making a lot of money with this. I see people making millions of dollars. Whether people are making millions of dollars or whether they're just saying that on YouTube or to sell some course or to make their brand seem better than it is, I'm not sure which one of those it is. But he's like, it seems so easy. I know I could do this better than these people. And he's like, I'm not really a marketer. I'm not really good at marketing. I don't really know anything about marketing. I'm not really into social media. I don't really want to make videos, but I'm going to start. And so he basically, before, just in setting the whole thing up, he basically said, I don't want to do any of the things that a lifestyle brand does, but I want to start a lifestyle brand. And that, for me, that was just kind of a big kind of disconnect right there. And I messaged him back and I was like, look, man, I said, if you want to do a lifestyle brand, props to you, go for it, cool. I said, but, what I have a feeling, or what I feel like, is way too many people these days are hopping into industries or businesses that A, they're not interested in, and B, doesn't really fit their skill sets, their knowledge base, etc. And they're hopping into these things just because it's the in thing, it's a popular thing to do. So what's big right now? Right now, AliExpress drop shipping, Shopify stores. I think I was kind of going. I wanted to drive by and look at some car dealerships on my way home, and I think I got myself lost here. But right now, what's big is AliExpress dropshipping, Shopify stores, and lifestyle brands. And I feel like a lot of people jump into it just because it's what everybody's doing and it's what everybody's talking about right now. And it's not necessarily something that fits people's skill set. So this guy has no experience doing it, doesn't have a lot of interest in doing it, but he wants to get into it just because he hears other people making money doing it. And one other thing I brought up to him, I said, look, man, I said, you talk about Instagram models making all this money, and then you want to be the lifestyle brand. And there's kind of an old adage about during the gold rush, very few prospectors made millions, right? But you know who was making money? The people selling the pickaxes and the people selling the shovels and the supplies. And I kind of view the whole Instagram model thing the same way. These Instagram models are getting $300 a pop, $500 a pop for every tweet, for every sponsored Instagram post. And you have dozens and hundreds and thousands of lifestyle brands paying them this money. Very few of these lifestyle brands are making money or successful, but the smart ones in this whole thing are the influencers, who they're guaranteed money, right? Every Instagram post they put up, it doesn't matter how many views it gets, it doesn't matter how much engagement it gets, like they're getting that $300 or that $500 either way, and you're paying them that $300 or $500, hoping that their audience likes your brand. Now, not to knock like Instagram influencers and things like that, I think influencers are probably the best bang for your buck in terms of ad spends right now, especially if you don't go for the ultra high follower, millions of follower ones, and you go for the smaller ones who are having, there are plenty of Instagram influencers out there with 50,000, 100,000, a couple 100,000 subscribers or followers, whatever. And I see them on Reddit. I have 400,000 Instagram followers, and I don't know how to get people to sponsor my stuff, and I'm not making any money. How do I monetize my channel? Like, there are a lot of people with big followings and a lot of influence who have no idea the value that they have. And I don't want to say take advantage, but you can really, if you know how to look for these people, your money can go really far. I mean, I've paid people who have 300,000 to 500,000 Instagram followers. I've paid them, as little as $25 for sponsored posts and things like that. So in terms of, it doesn't convert that well, but I mean, in terms of getting in front of a lot of different people, you really can't beat that. So I've gotten a little bit sidetracked here, but getting back to the whole lifestyle brand thing, I want to hear from you guys. Have any of you guys started a lifestyle brand? What was your experience? Did you have any success with it? If you don't mind sharing what the brand is or what niche it falls into, I'd love to hear about that as well. Drop it in the comment section below. Like I said, typically in the past when I hear people talk about lifestyle brands, a lot of times I'm kind of like, another print-on-demand shop. But lifestyle brands doesn't have to be t-shirts. Like, that's a low barrier to entry way to get into it. But it could even, it could be products like Raw Authentic, the rolling cone company. They're a lifestyle brand company. They make rolling cones, but they also make skateboards and shirts and hats and, bead accessories and everything else. So you can be a lifestyle brand without being an apparel brand, although a lot of times it kind of helps to have both. One of the biggest pieces of advice that I can give to people about the whole lifestyle brand thing is don't try to start a lifestyle brand if you're not living that lifestyle. And what I mean by that is I have a buddy who is I don't talk to him too much anymore, but a buddy I grew up with and who I talk to every now and again. He's a professional wakeboarder. He's sponsored. That's what he does for a living, is wakeboard. He has a house up on the Fox Lake in what's the name of that? Fox Lake in Fox Lake, Illinois. And he spends a bunch of the year down in Florida where, he does a lot of his wakeboarding and stuff like that. And a couple years ago, he actually created a lifestyle brand, and his lifestyle brand it's kind of a wakeboarding brand, but really kind of all around like water sports, summer, beachy kind of thing. And for him, I mean, he's a professional wakeboarder. All day long, every day, that's what he does, is wakeboard. He lives on a lake. If you check out his Instagram account, if you check out his YouTube channel, if you check out his social media accounts, it's easy for him to create content because he's just documenting his life. He wakeboards all day, every day. He posts pictures and videos of him wakeboarding. So it was just kind of a natural transition. I was trying to think of what the name of his brand was. I want to say Double Up. But I think Double Up might be another company. I think that's somebody who maybe sponsored him at some point. But it might be Double Up. I forget. If I remember it later, I'll post it down below. But he created a lifestyle brand, and it's pretty niche, right? Like, wakeboarding is kind of a smaller niche, but he's had a lot of success with it, and it's because, like, that's his life. That's all he does every day is wakeboard. So, I mean, if you try to create a lifestyle brand around sailing, and you're not into sailing, or even if you are into sailing, but if you don't get to go out and sail that much, it's going to be kind of a hard sell, right? So, if you're going to start a lifestyle brand, make it be about a lifestyle that you're actually passionate about and involved with. And I recently had an idea for a lifestyle brand, and, every bone in my body was like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. It's something I'm toying with right now. I've got some logos and stuff like that made up. I found some suppliers. One kind of interesting thing I was thinking about, and I'll just throw this out there, I'm getting a little bit sidetracked here. I was thinking about using Print Aura as my supplier of shirts, and I'll tell you why. Print Aura does some things a little bit different than Printify and a lot of these other companies. What's kind of cool about them, I think if you're doing print on demand, you're kind of like I hate to say it, but kind of like a half-ass lifestyle brand. I think it would be really cool to see more like a real brand as opposed to like another drop shipping brand. And so what Print Aura allows you to do is you can send them pack-ins, right? So like, let's say with every t-shirt that you ship out, you want to include a keychain, or you want to include a pair of sunglasses, or you want to include a sticker. Print Aura will let you do pack-ins. I think it's maybe 50 cents per shirt you sell. But basically, I would get a box of like 1,000 keychains. I'd send them into Print Aura, and I would tell them, you know, whenever one of my t-shirt ships, ship a keychain with it. And it's just kind of, it's a way of adding some perceived value. It's a way from separating yourself from everybody else. You know, I buy a t-shirt, and okay, I also have a keychain associated with this brand, and if I start using this keychain in a way, I'm kind of promoting that brand. So Print Aura lets you put additional things in the packaging. They'll let you put hang tags on your shirts. They'll let you customize the actual tag on the shirt. Print Aura just has a lot of little things that you can do to kind of make yourself seem a little bit more professional and a little bit more advanced than like your average print-on-demand store. And also they have some higher quality materials. They have some hemp t-shirts, they have some bamboo t-shirts, they have like fashion sweatpants. They just have a lot of items that Printify and a lot of these other drop shippers don't. I think it's a way to, if that is something you want to do, maybe look into Print Aura. I think they have some ways of kind of making your drop shipping store, your lifestyle brand, your print-on-demand business look a little bit better, a little bit more professional, and a way to kind of separate yourself from some of these other guys out here. But let me know if you guys are interested in this subject matter. If I do press forward with this, I'm actually kind of, I don't just want to be an apparel brand. I don't just want to do t-shirts. There's actually a product I want to sell. I've been looking into some like legal requirements and things like that. As far as I can tell, there's nothing stopping me from doing it on that front. I'm talking to some suppliers. I've only found maybe 3 to 5 suppliers that do what I'm looking to do. So I don't even know if I'm going to be able to find a supplier. And if I can't find a supplier for this one product, I probably won't move forward with this this brand idea. But if I do, I will definitely be kind of documenting the whole process, everything from getting logos made. I'll probably even be running stuff by you guys and letting you guys kind of help me choose, you know, I got 3 to 5, you know, I got 3 logos or I got 5 logos. Help me choose which one, which direction do you think we should go. I might actually turn it into something kind of interactive where you guys help me build the business. But I'm still kind of teetering on whether to do it or not. And this whole thing is dependent on if I can get a supplier lined up for this stuff. But that's just my little rant about lifestyle brands. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on lifestyle brands. What are some of your favorite lifestyle brands? What are some lifestyle brands that you associate with or that you like or that you find yourself like buying into their lifestyle or wanting to be a part of that lifestyle? And then also for any of you guys who have started a lifestyle business, you know, let me know what your experience has been. Did you have success with it? Did you not have sex with it? Did you have sex with it? You guys know what I'm talking about. I've been rambling too long here. Drop a comment in the comments section below. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.